Hello students, we are here again with our same chapter number 13. In our previous session, we have discussed about the discovery of magnets and poles of magnets. Now, we discussed other topics which are available in our textbook. Magnet have two ending poles which when you see when you see magnet, there are two capital letters are available there. Which letters? N and S are available there. N for north and S for south. Magnet used at many places for uh, for collected iron materials. Always magnet used there. Then in any machines also magnet used. In electric equipment we can see in loudspeaker, etc. In other types of electric machines also use magnet for doing their work. Magnet, how magnet we can make at home also. Magnet compass is also very useful to find out the direction. So in this chapter we have topics about this, how we can make this magnet at our home also. We have different activities available in our textbook. So now we discuss about all topics which are available in our textbook. Okay, so in our last session we have discussed about the poles of magnet, and I told you we will understand about this in detail in our next session. So now we perform activity 13.4 to understand about the two end sides of the magnet have strongest capacity compared to other part of magnet. Here we have activity 13.4. In this activity, the power of a magnet is the strongest. End side of the magnet have strongest power. And to understand about this, we observe this activity. In this activity, take iron clips or iron fillings and spread on a sheet of a paper. First, take a paper and spread iron materials on it. Then roll a bar magnet over them and lift it up. Then roll up a magnet on it. What do you observe? After this, what do you observe? You will observe that the iron clips or iron fillings stick mostly near the two ends of the magnet. Two ends of the magnet, all materials are attracted there. Remove the iron clips or iron fillings in and repeat the above steps. Again repeat this step. Did you observe the sum pattern of iron clips or iron filling getting stick to the magnet? You will find that the iron clips or iron filling always stick near the two ends of the magnet. That proves the end side of the magnet have strongest capacity compared to other part of the magnet. And in this activity you can see here we have S and N letters are available on magnet. S and N are according to direction. As I said to you, magnets also use for find the directions, and S and show the direction here. Then activity 13.4 shows that the power of the magnet is the strongest at the two ends. These two ends of a magnet are called magnetic poles. These two are called the magnetic poles. An interesting property of a magnet is that when suspended, it comes to rest in a particular direction only, as you will see in this activity 13.5. We have again another activity 13.5. In this activity, to observe that a freely suspended magnet comes to rest in a particular direction only, take first a bar magnet. You can see here they hang up the magnet like this. Put a mark on one side of its end for identification. Take a thread and tie it in the middle of the bar magnet. You can see here in figure they tie the magnet in middle. Now suspended it freely from a hook or a laboratory stand as shown in the given figure. You can also see here in figure they hang the magnet like this. They take the laboratory stand, they tie the thread between the magnet and hang it on stand. What do you observe? You will observe that the magnet rotates and comes to rest in a particular direction. Disturb the magnet from its rest position. Did it rest in the same direction again? You will find that the magnet rests in that particular direction only. In activity 13.5, you observe that a freely suspended bar magnet always comes to rest in a particular direction only, which is the north-south direction. It means that one of the pole points towards the north and is called north-seeking pole, and the other pole points towards the south. It called south-seeking pole or S pole. As I said to you, we can see N and S are available on the N side of the magnet, N for north and S for south pole. This property of magnet is very useful. For centuries, travelers used to find directions with the help of magnets, which they always carried with them. They always carried with them magnets because they use magnet for find out the directions. Hung Dai, an emperor of China, had a chariot with a statue of lady with an extended arm. The statue could rotate in any direction and would always rest with its extended arms towards south direction. The emperor used it to locate directions when he used to go on his chariot to know places. In figure 13.4, you can see here one lady stand there and they have magnet on her arm, and using this magnet the emperor find out direction and go according to the direction of magnets. Later on, a device called magnetic compass was developed based on his property of magnets. Magnetic compass in figure 13.5, you can see here magnetic compass. On this property, a magnetic compass consists of a magnetized needle pivoted inside a small box with a glass cover. You can see here the picture of magnetic compass available here. The magnetic compass has a dial on which directions are marked. The magnetized needle, when comes to rest, indicates the north-south direction. The north pole of magnetized needle is always painted in a different color for easy identification. To find the direction of a pole, the magnetic compass is taken to the dead place. That means compass is used for also find out the direction. Here you can see in magnetic compass N, S, W and E, the name of the direction north, south, east to west. According to their directions, which poles are available on the magnetic compass, people use this compass to find the directions. You just learned that a magnet has two poles. Which two poles? North pole and south pole, N and S. What happens when a magnet is cut into two? What happens there? On cutting a magnet into two, each half become a complete magnet. Each half become a complete magnet. We can make a half magnet there. It almost make a full magnet there. This means on cutting the magnet from the middle, you get a new pair of north and south pole at the broken ends, such that each broken piece is complete magnet. Now, if you further break these pairs into two, even then each piece will be a complete magnet. If you continue this process, you will get smaller and smaller magnets, each with a north pole and a south pole. Here in figure 13.6, you can see here magnetic poles in pairs. First we have a large magnet with N and S, then we cut it between. So it become completely magnet again, not a half magnet available there. Then after we also make small parts from second. They also make a magnetic full complete magnet. Then we have two ends available there, N and S. Okay, so when we cut the magnet, it not become a half magnet. They always a complete magnet with two ends. Which two ends? N and S poles. So like this, you can calculate that the magnetic poles always exist at a separate or an isolated pole. Either north pole or south pole cannot exist. Let us see what happens when the north pole of a magnet is brought closer to the south pole of another magnet and vice versa. So now we discuss about the activity 13.6, which is available here. You can also see in our display to observe attraction and repulsion of magnetic poles. What happened there? You can read here step by step. They take a bar magnet with north and south pole marked on it, tie a thread in the middle of the magnet and suspend it from a wooden stand. You can see here. Take another bar magnet with north and south pole magnet on it in your hand. One magnet is on stand and other is in our hand. Bring the north pole of the magnet in your hand near the south pole of the freely suspended magnet. Now bring the south pole of the magnet in your hand near the south pole of the freely suspended magnet. Now bring the south pole again. Also bring the north pole again. Record your observation. Attraction of magnetic poles. Attraction of magnetic poles. What you will observe using this activity, you have to write here pole of magnet in hand, north south, south south, south north and north north. First is same direction and then other different direction, north to south, south to south, south to north and north to north. Observation you have to write here. In activity 13.6 shows that like poles north north, as I said to you, south to south. First same then different directions attract them. Try to do this activity because we cannot able to do this activity in our school at present time. So try to do this activity. If possible, then try to do it at your home. Then make your own magnet. How we can make our own magnet? When an unmagnetized iron piece is brought closer to a magnet repeatedly, the iron piece becomes a magnet. How we can make our own magnet? Now we look. There are several methods of making magnets from iron pieces. The simplest method is by stroking the iron piece with a magnet. You can see here in 13.7, figure 13.7, making your own magnet. They doing some activity there. Take a piece of iron and place it on a table. First take a piece of iron and put it on a table. Then stroke it with one pole of a bar magnet in one direction only. In only one direction you can do it. Without lifting the bar magnet, move it along the length of the iron piece till you reach the other end. You lift the bar magnet and bring the same pole to the same point of the iron piece from which you began. Move the bar magnet again along the iron piece in the same direction in the same manner as you did before. Repeat this process about 30 to 40 times. This process you have to repeat for 30 to 40 times. So you have to repeat this for 30 to 40 times. Bring some iron objects near the iron piece to check whether it has magnetized or not. If not, repeat this process some more times. You can see here in 13.7 in our figure. Similarly, any iron object such as iron nails, iron pin and iron needle can be converted into a magnet. So using this activity you can make on your magnet. Now make your own magnetic compass. You can also make your own magnetic compass. How? After learning to magnetize any iron object. You can also make your own magnetic compass. For this, you first need to magnetize an iron or pin or iron needle using a bar magnet as described above. Take a small piece of wooden cork or foam and insert the magnetized iron or pin through it. Take a cup or a bowl full of water and place the cork into it. The cork will float in water. Ensure that the oil pin does not touch the water. Your magnetic compass is now ready to work. If you want to make this using these lines, you can make. Note the direction in which the iron oil pin points when the cork is floating. Rotate the cork in different directions. Again, note the direction in which the iron oil pin points when the cork is floating. You will notice that the iron oil pin always points in the same direction when the cork is floating, and this direction is the north-south direction. You can see here in 13.8 figure, making a magnetic compass. These are all not easy for doing for you, but if you want to try, then you can do this using the all details which are available in our textbook also. Then our other topic is a few portions. Magnets are used in many electronic devices such as electric motor, audio and video cassettes, televisions, picture tubes, etc. So now we discuss about this. In music systems, loudspeakers, compact disc and computer printers, all these electronic devices have components or parts that get affected by a magnet. We can see in them magnets are used there. Magnets become weak if they are not stored properly there. Also, magnets lose their properties. If they are heated, hammered, or dropped from height. The following cautions must be taken to keep magnets safe. They should not be heated, hammered, or dropped from a height. We can take care of these things. A bar magnet should be kept in a pair with opposite poles on the same side. They must be separated by a piece of wood, and two pieces of soft iron should be placed across their ends as shown in figure 13.9. You can see here in 13.9 figure. For a horseshoe-shaped magnet, a piece of iron should be kept across its poles. Magnets should be kept away from all the electronic devices. Like this, using these all steps, we can save our magnets. You can see here our chapter number 13 is completed here. So when you get time, try to read this chapter, because if you read this chapter, you will understand about magnet in detail also. So try to read this chapter. Now our chapter number 13 is finished here. Now we will meet in our next session with our new chapter.